Hey guys, it's your boy Winston, aka M.C.O.D, and I'm coming to you with a quick WWE Hell in a Cell review, simply because the one match I was able to record fully that I actually enjoyed, which was the Tag Team Hell in a Cell match, the opening contest, I can't upload. I was able to upload it once, but it got struck down by WWE copyright, and then I couldn't upload it again, no matter how many times I altered it, because I uploaded it before. So, I'm just going to go through this really quick. The pre-show had the kickoff match between Gable and Benjamin versus the Hype Bros. It was okay. It was a basic tag match. Nothing much to speak there. Gave it 2 stars out of 5 for actually keeping me somewhat interested. Like I mentioned before, opening contest was the Tag Team Hell in a Cell match for the tag team titles between the New Day and the Usos, and I give it a complete 5-star rating, simply based on the fact that it was truly a Hell in a Cell match. All 4 men, Biggie, Xavier, Jimmy, and Jay, they basically used actual ring mentality, and I was looking at a fucking horror movie. It was complete and utter slaughter. There was moments where it felt like the Passion of the Christ. There were moments where I was completely geeking out, seeing when it was going to end. It was so breathtaking, and it's definitely my match of the year. So that's a 5-star rating. Orton versus Rusev was next. My main concern is Orton did not need the win. While I was watching, and I forgot whether it was Corey that made the commentary or it was someone else, but basically someone mentioned Orton has to step up because for as long as he's been in the game, he's used to running through the ranks, but now the game's changed. Now everything has changed. And that's completely true. It's like, after 15 years, Orton really serves no purpose right now. He's not going to be in a world title feud anytime soon. He can't be in the mid-card title because it's the US title, and Orton's kind of above that, at least status-wise. But Rusev could have upped his game. If he would have defeated Orton, then dream booking wise, Rusev could have gone on to be a big bad heel and basically be yeah, I'm the one that defeated the Viper, I'm the one that did yada yada yada, and heck, even give Aiden English a part, who actually got an applause in the pre-show. So I gave the match 2.5 stars. It had its moments, but come on, Orton did not need to win. The US title 3 was next, and this match was just disappointing. I was so hyped because you're adding in Ty Dillinger. Okay, that's great. You have Ty versus Corbin versus Styles. 3 men who I personally enjoy watching. And you kind of knew it was coming because the last couple of weeks it's been Styles versus Corbin, Corbin versus Ty, Ty versus Styles. So WWE busted its load and basically gave us the triple threat. Okay, fine, whatever. And the ending was whatever. It was the basic finisher of Styles hitting the phenomenal forearm, Corbin kicking him out, then Corbin pinning Dillinger for the title, so Styles loses without even being pinned. Whoopee, we've seen that finish a million times. I'm being salty right now on that because if it was a better match, one that's holy shit, this is happening, holy shit, that's happening, but it wasn't. It was your basic 3-way. You had all the cliched spots, Dillinger and Styles going after Corbin. You had all the interruptions. It just fell flat on its face. And the fact that neither Corbin nor Dillinger really knew how to sell well during the match, it really fucking hurt it, because I'm looking okay. The women's title match is next. Oh wait, in case I didn't say, US title, I gave it a 1.5 star. It had a small smidgen of moments, but there was nothing at least good about it. Women's title match next between Charlotte and Natalya. I actually liked the storyline going into this. I actually liked the fact that everyone was playing on the Hart versus Flair legacy, and I was actually hoping for basically a slobber knocker, as most would call it. But again, it just kind of fell flat. And I know this is me still ranting, But here's the problem with that match. You're expecting this big blow off, and I understand why they went with the finish they did. You need Natalya as a cheap shit heel. You need Natalya to basically kind of carry it, and Charlotte to work on getting another title shot, blah blah blah, etc. etc. It's storyline 101. But you built it up as a match. You could have at least had Natalya cheat to win, or you could have had like a count out victory even. But it just felt weak. Like, I was watching it, and I was kind of getting invested. The whole Charlotte one leg angle, woo. Pun not intended, woo. I go out of the ring out of the room for 1 second to grab something to drink. All of a sudden, I hear the bell ring, and I come back and I see Natalya laying her out with a steel chair. I'm like, oh, nothing in this match was like, it was aggravating. But 2 stars for being somewhat enjoyable and somewhat sucking me in. I know this is going to be hypocritical of me, but next was the Fashion Police skit, and I completely laughed my ass off. It's just so goofy, and it was something that was really well needed. The Ascension dressing up and basically being butthurt that they were called ugly and stinky was it was perfect. And then to have Tyler and Dangle look at each other like, oh my god, like, I didn't even realize that was them. It goes spot on with their character. So I gave the skit 5 stars for actually making me laugh, and shockingly enough, wanting me to tune in on Tuesday to see what the fuck happens. WWE title match, Nakamura versus Mahal, was whatever. I'm sorry, it was just whatever. They actually had good chemistry, and I actually liked the finish. But other than that, it was just a basic match. Basic Nakamura match, basic Mahal match, basic. 2.5 stars. Rude versus Ziggler, we all knew this was going to be filler. Most people have already given up on Ziggler, but they were trying to hold hope for Rude. And it was just that. It was a filler match. I mean, I gave it a 1.5 star simply for that ending spot. The ending was smart. Not only for how it actually finished with Rude rolling him up after God knows how many countless roll-ups, but the immediate, like, 0.1 second attack of Ziggler with the zigzag on Rude. It was a spicy meatball. So 1.5. Finally, the elephant in the room. Shane versus Owens. Hopefully you guys see the video I post up, because it came with technical difficulties of the match as I was reacting live. But let me give a summary if it doesn't upload. I didn't like it. A lot of spots were basically you were able to call. Some of it was impressive, where it was like, oh hey, goddamn, what was I gonna say? Like the shooting star press and the wipeout, the coast to coast for once was just whatever. Okay, let me just talk about the ending of the match, because if I talk about the whole beginning, it's just a street fight. Everyone basically forgot the cell was there, with the exception of certain moments like Owens grinding Shane's face. It was phrasing. It was just kind of pathetic. But let's get to the outside of the ring. Let's get to the other side, and let's get to Owens finally going up to the top of the cell, taking his time and actually debating on whether to senton him from the top of the cell. That was smart. It showed Owens wanting to be psychotic, but also second-guessing himself, fighting with his inner demon, his inner evil. That was smart. Having Shane go to the top and having them basically go back and forth, while Corey Graves is being a master at friggin' at commentating like, this is dangerous, they should get down, the cell can give in at any time. I was believing Corey's selling of the emotion. And then you guys basically blew your wad by having Kevin Owens fall halfway off the cell. What? It made it was a holy shit moment, but it really wasn't. We've seen that fall 100 times, off ladders, off cells, off cages. It was nothing new. And then you have Shane going to the top, and first off, let me actually say that Shane didn't need to do that, and I really hope Christian Miracle sees this video, because I need to point this out. Shane had the match won. Match psychology wise, Kevin falls, Shane comes down safe and sound, Shane pins Kevin, 1, 2, 3, we all go home happy. But no, we him insulting the McMahons made it personal. So of course Shane had to be fucking Macho Man, literally going for the elbow, putting him on the table, going to the top of the cell, and literally doing a WrestleMania all over again by diving for the elbow and missing. Only this time, and the announcers made sure to that we at home knew this, except for a Sami Zayn heel turn, in which Sami comes out of nowhere, saves Kevin, pulls him out for the last minute. Shane crashes and burns. Then Sami drags Kevin over to Shane to cover him, 1, 2, 3. And Sami actually did an aggressive thing by basically pushing the ref down to make the count. I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt to Zayn turning heel, because it can go places. It's him saving his best friend. And there was a small moment, like Kevin fighting with himself on the top of the cell, where Sami literally has this look of, what the fuck did I just do? But it goes nowhere. If you're thinking storyline wise, Shane looks like an idiot out of all this, because he could have had the match won, but instead he had to prove to the McMahons that he was basically still Shane. Kevin basically, he lost the match basically fair and square from his own stupidity, yet had to have his best friend save him. And then Sami is the only one that, if you want to be technical, looks good. But this is something that can either make or break Sami right now. Because, as I said in my video, if it uploads, this is basically the comparison of Rhino turning on Chris Benoit during the US title match at Vengeance 2003. It doesn't work. Like, Sami has no vendetta on Shane, at least to be determined until Tuesday. And I don't know. I don't see anything good coming out of this. Originally, I gave this match a 1.5, but the more I talk about it, the more I'm willing to up it a little and say maybe, just maybe it was a 2, because like I said, the whole match in the beginning was just a street fight. It was nothing special. We saw coast to coast God knows how many times. So I don't know, overall I'll give this whole pay-per-view maybe 2.5 to 2.75 out of 5, because it could have had potential to be a good night, but a lot of shit was just disappointing. Anyway, this is your boy M.C.O.D, and remember, life, music, and wrestling is only as good as you make it. Peace.